I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. The House Judiciary Committee held an emergency markup Thursday on the Protecting Our Kids Act. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee visited Uvalde, Texas, and spoke about last week's school shooting. She called the gun control legislation a, quote, combination of humanity, courage, decency, and action. During impassioned remarks, the Texas Democrat held up a copy of the Constitution, saying that this gun reform legislation is not threatening the Second Amendment. Listen in for more.
A few minutes before this hearing, I spoke to Mr. Garza. I spent time with Mr. Garza in Uvalde this past Sunday. A-Marie, just a baby in the 4th grade, dialed 911. She may have saved or tried to save many lives. In the pillage, carnage, and death, what was to be a wonderful ending of her 4th year in school. She didn't have that opportunity. Mr. Garza lost his only child. He pleaded on behalf of broken parents, many of whom could not speak, for us to do something. For us to do something. Look at the faces. These are not class graduation pictures. They're dead children. Just like the dead grocery store shoppers in Buffalo, or the people simply seeking a medical appointment in Tulsa. This has been decades of work for many members around this table, including myself, Chairman. H.R. 7910, Protecting Our Kids, is a combination of humanity, courage, decency, and action. I'm holding the Constitution. I don't see a match that's lit the Constitution that has extinguished it. I don't see any elimination of the Second Amendment that needs a constitutional process to even address that question. I asked the NRA, Mr. Wayne LaPierre, meet with us. We're in a crisis of death. We have a war on the children of America. I, for one, cannot stand in a stupor of stupidness. I believe it is crucial that what we did some years ago, sit on the floor of the House when we were in Republican control after Sandy Hook, just to do something. And here we are again. And I remember the words of John Lewis, who said, where is the heart of this body, the Congress? Where is our soul? Where is our moral leadership? Where is our courage? From Columbine, of which I served at that time on the Columbine Task Force, to the countless numbers of children that have died because guns have not been stored or guns did not have a device, as the storage bills reflect. This is the question of whether or not we as Americans are blind. Do we only see the power and money of gun manufacturers? Are we not sensitive to Boulder, Atlanta, Tree of Life, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, Las Vegas, San Bernardino, Gilroy, Garlic, Washington Navy Yard, Sandy Hook Elementary, Virginia Tech, Aurora, the Sikh Temple, Emmanuel African Methodist Church, or Santa Fe in Texas, near my district? El Paso, if I did not mention it. And so today, I'm reminded of the great and outstanding work of my colleagues. I thank you. You have introduced these bills over and over again, and I'll have an opportunity to discuss how important your legislation is, but we are not finished. The assault weapons ban is a necessity. A 7-week waiting period is a necessity. Actions against manufacturers to give civil liability is a necessity. And countering the cycle of violence is a necessity. I end by simply saying Kimberly Vaughn died in Santa Fe. She was 17 years old. Her mother is still in pain in Texas. And I'm calling on all of you to have a sense of humanity, courage, decency. God knows we need action, for it is a sin and a shame on us. Not this Judiciary Committee, Mr. Nadler. You have done great work on the House and the Senate and then to the President's desk. Shame on us if we can't move legislation now. I yield back.